Hey guys, it's Josh again doing the Module 4 reflection. I'm just going to go ahead and get started on question number 1, which is reflect on why it's important for a teacher to have foundational knowledge of media technology, resolution, and compression, and what did you learn most from these sections. I'm just going to start with what I learned most, and I think the thing I learned most is just how vast media technology has become. I think my mind was opened so much to it through watching the lecture about YouTube and how vast it is and how it contains, inside of YouTube, it contains communities of people who pretty much live together through the internet. And I'm still not totally sure how that works, but it just kind of opened my eyes to just the vastness of media technology and how useful it can be in the classroom later on. Another thing I learned was just about compression, about how you can take a large file and compress it into a smaller file that you could be able to use more easily. I think it's important for us to have a foundational knowledge of this because I think in the future that's where we're headed. Teachers are headed to more usage of technology in the classrooms and even outside the classrooms. Kids are going to be using more and more technology as the years go on, and we can be stubborn as teachers and say, no, we're not going to use technology, or we can adapt and become great teachers and use this technology for our advantage. But yeah, I think that's why it's important to have the foundational knowledge of these three things. Working with Prezi honestly was awesome. I loved the whole app. One of the best things I liked about Prezi was the templates. That was just super helpful for me because you can make a really sick presentation and not even have to have in-depth knowledge on how to use computers and to make presentations. I actually liked it a lot more than PowerPoint because PowerPoint I feel like takes a lot more effort to make it into a really good presentation and to add all the effects in, but Prezi pretty much does it all for you, and all you have to do is just update the information, add images if you want, add graphics, and go from there. Like, I think the more I use it, the better I would get with it, but for using it for the first time, I thought the presentation that I made turned out pretty well, and Prezi just made that super easy to work with. And then working with Screencast-O-Matic, I never worked with any like screen capturing applications or where it could record the screen, and I was honestly a little worried about how I was going to get it done because most of the time those things are super complicated and I have no idea how to run them. But Screencast-O-Matic was super easy. Just had to download the file and it came up on the screen and it recorded real easy, and then I liked how you could upload it straight to YouTube, and that was super helpful because it made everything just super easy. But using this in the classroom, I think can be very beneficial. I think you could use it even later on if you were ever to go into, say, teaching college classes to train teachers. Like, you could record lectures with this. If you want to make PowerPoints for your class, like, you could use it for that. You could have your kids when you're teaching in the classroom, you could have them make presentations and record their presentation and their voice talking over it so that you know that they know what they're talking about. And you could have them send that to you. That would be a super easy way to do that. But those are just a couple ways that I felt like you could use Screencast-O-Matic in the classroom. But yeah, that's my Module 4 reflection. Thanks for listening.